Here we go.
Lucy goes home, goes to bed. Next, Brad. Brad is tired. Actually, I've met Brad. I've met Lucy to some degree. I've spoke with Lucy directly. I've spoke with Brad directly. What I knew before speaking to them was this. Brad goes up to Jay and says, come on, I'm going, I'm tired, I'm shattered, I need to go home and go to bed. So.
Well, hello there, you amazing, amazing, beautiful, wonderful people. It's Thursday, baby. It's Thursday. Thursday. Hope you had a good day yesterday. I hope you got the midweek hump that you both wanted and deserved. But today, it's the aftermath of that. And let's get straight into the meat and potatoes. As this morning, as you've just had a little snippet of at the beginning there, was Luggy. Luggy, the Lugmeister Lugster. And he is someone who has been an absolute advocate for the story. I use that term, story, because that's what it is. The Jay Slater version of events that we have been pushed is a story. It's a story told by those that were the last to see Jay Slater alive. And look, it could be a true story, could be absolutely true, or it could be a Howard Blumber story, a story that is made up. We don't know. And that's the point here, that's the point. Because look, Luggy, I know I don't have a problem, well, I didn't have a problem with you. I didn't have a problem until you felt the need to come over into my social media and kind of try and take the piss, then deleted your message. And look, I get it. I get it. Sometimes some female will walk into our life and we're like, she's nice. She's lovely. And you want to protect her. You want to be a knight in shining armour. You want to be the hero. And you want to do everything that you can to protect her and hers. But look, I have to kind of call you out here. I have to call you out. Now, at the beginning there, you will hear that Luggy spoke to Lucy. He spoke to Brad. And before they even told him anything, he already knew some of the things that they were going to tell him. I found that bizarre, first of all, because I'm thinking to myself, so you've spoken to somebody who's already told you what you was going to be told before you was told by the people who told you it. You with me still? So look, maybe that was just, I don't know, I can't really make head and tail of it, but look, what we'll go with is this, is that you go and speak to Lucy, you go and speak to Brad, you speak to the people around Ground Zero, the people who are the last people to see Jay alive. But that's where the line then gets drawn, because you weren't one of the ones who were the last to see Jay alive. You weren't there, was you? Now look, some people will probably think, well, he might have been there. He might have been there. So I'm sure it's complete coincidence that he happens to be from Wales, and one of the people who were the last people to see Jay Slater alive just happened to be a drug trafficker who was drug trafficking between London and Wales. So look, someone could tell me a story. They could tell me a story about Luggy being involved with Arub. We'll get back to that in a second. And do you know what I mean? It wouldn't make it true. It would just mean that I would come and say, look, I've been told that Luggy and Arub were in cahoots. They were cahooting. And this is about protecting business things. What I'm saying is, if I then brought that to social media, it wouldn't make it true, would it? It wouldn't make it true because it's not verified. It's just me telling a story that someone has told me. And that is, in essence, what you're doing, Luggy. You're telling a story, you're reiterating a story that has been told by the last people to see someone alive before they died, and you're making it sound like, because you're saying it, it's got more weight to it. There's more credibility to it, because whoever you are somebody who can offer credence to a story. And I think you're putting yourself on a little bit of a pedestal that you perhaps don't deserve to be on. Because nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows who you are. Now, the realism is, and the sad fact of this matter is the only people who know what happened to Jay are the people who were absolutely there. The people who were there. And the downside is whatever happened to Jay, there will be a version of events that even if these people feel slightly responsible for what happened, they may try and paint a certain kind of picture. And I think that anybody who's followed this case from the beginning will agree that that's kind of what we've seen here. We've kind of seen that. We've kind of seen that the people around Ground Zero, the people such as Ayub, Lucy, Brad, they have all, and look, what I'm going to say first and foremostly is that we don't know if they did anything. We don't know if they did anything. We can think that they potentially did. We can question things, we can query things, we can side-eye everybody that we want to, because some people, because of the things that they've been involved in the past, it kind of makes them seem possibly a little bit shady. And look, the reality is sometimes your past, you will drag it around like a ball and chain. That's just the way of the world. You know, Ayub may not have had anything nefarious to do in the Jay Slater case, but the fact that he is a convicted criminal and just happened to be around a rave and just happened to be interacting strangely for no real explainable reason, it's somebody who winds up dead. It kind of makes people go, hold on a second. And like the aforementioned story about you, Luggy, being from Wales, that just happened to again vaguely connect you to potentially Ayub. That doesn't make you guilty of anything, but it makes that the whole culmination of things come together and seem, hold on, we've got someone who is from Wales trying to protect someone who was trafficking into Wales, and he's trying to push a story as if it was factual, when in fact you weren't there. So you don't know what's factual. You are literally just reiterating a story and trying to say, well, because I'm telling you, because I've spoken to these people directly and I'm now speaking it to you now, that gives it more credence. But you're just repeating what we've already been told. You're repeating the story. You're repeating the version of events that has been told by the last people to see Jay Slater alive. And just because you're repeating it, it doesn't mean it's true. It just means that you've been told that version of events. Tell me I'm wrong. And like I say, I mean no hatred by this. I don't mean no hate. I'm just asking for affirmation from you that you understand that you're just being told and reiterating what we already know. You're not telling us anything that we don't know. So it is simply a story, which takes me on to the Dan O'Keefe situation. Dan O'Keefe, the YouTuber, the content creator. Now the question is, was Dan O'Keefe duped? Was he duped? Or was he the duper? Was he duping you? Was he duping me? Because ever since that video went out, as time I'm recording this, there has been no follow-up to that. There's been no follow-up. There's been a lot of messages over at O'Keefe's and questioning different things, and he is ignoring it. 1111 True Crime did a video, I think it was yesterday, and made a very, very valid point. And that is that if you are in this niche, if you like, in this community, and you are a content creator, there are chances that you will receive information. If you don't think that I haven't received an abundance of stuff, an absolute shit ton of stuff surrounding the Jay Slater case, everything from zoomed in pictures of the metal on the lighter, of the blanket photograph, I've had it all. I've had videos, I've had pictures sent to me. The downside is the vast majority of what you get sent has come from somewhere that's gone through something and gone through something else and been adapted, it's been changed, it's been modified, and you don't know what it is anymore. All I can tell you is that there is an abundance of stuff around the Jay Slater case that has seemingly been filmed on the potato camera, something that we mention a lot here. Potato cam strikes again. And if a picture is taken and it's poor to start with, you can't sharpen up, you can't bring detail out of a picture that doesn't have the detail in it. If you take a 4K picture, there is a point where that picture will break down, it will fall apart. Unless that is a professionally taken picture with a raw file that means that you can really screw into it and pull the detail out, then I'm sorry, but all of these videos that are showing whatever you think you're seeing, or pictures where you think you're seeing things, it simply isn't there. We get video, we get picture, we get things that have been cropped. We've seen that recently over on Wax Unfiltered channel, that came from Bits and Bobs, where he had cropped into a picture of a post that it was being passed off as being from Tom. And it weren't. It was a lie. But had Bits and Bobs purposefully done that himself? Had he done that? Had he been the person who had tried to dupe you? Duped me! The dupers. Or had he been sent something and he hadn't done his due diligence? I heard Joseph Morris talking about the exact same post yesterday, and he had to be corrected. So he hadn't even done his due diligence. He had just rambled on about the post that proved that Tom was in Tenerife, when in fact that fucking post was not him. What I'm saying is you can be told something and it doesn't mean it's true. You can be shown something and it doesn't mean it is what you've been told it is. And it's down to you, it's down to me. And I've fucked up before, and I may fuck up again. The chances of me fucking up again are quite slim, because I now do my due diligence and I have people behind me who are fucking amazing at doing their due diligence for me and passing it on. But look, Dan O'Keefe, for instance, got sent this video for a reason, if indeed he was sent it at all. I imagine that he was. It was sent to him because he was perhaps wet behind the ears. He wasn't someone who they thought would do their due diligence, would fucking ignore it. Likely did ignore it, because my email filters out much crap. Much crappy. If there is AI stuff or stuff that has been manipulated, my system picks up on it and it will boot it away. So look, I saw comments that were saying, no, it wouldn't get sent to these people, it got sent to you because you're the man. You're the person who is definitely the best person to send this to, because you do your due diligence and you will put it in front of people wrongfully. So look, I have to call out what I have to call out. Maybe this video is accurate, but we know there is a lot of videos floating around that are not. And the question is, has he been sent one of the few videos that have been sent about trying to depict what he is explaining about in his very video? Was he duped? If he was duped, then perhaps he should come out and say, look, I was duped. If he wasn't, and he is still claiming that this is indeed accurate, then come out and tell us. You brought it to us. Or come out and say that you now can't speak about it no more because you've gone to law enforcement and they have advised you not to speak about this matter anymore. But you can't just drop a grenade and walk away, because it makes you no fucking better than the likes of Chris Tenerife, sadly, because Chris Tenerife, I hate to say it and I'll say it again, you made us feel a certain way and then you turned your back on that. Luggy, you're reiterating a story and trying to make out that you're reiterating it gives it more credence, and it doesn't. You're just repeating it. Like I'm fucking repeating myself now. And Mark Williams Thomas, he dropped the fucking grenade and walked away. How many more people are going to drop a grenade and walk away from this case? How many people are going to get involved and try and make us look over here when we should be looking over there? What do I get from this? Do your due diligence. Take every single thing you hear with a pinch of salt. And yeah, and if you want to hear the rest of what Luggy was talking about there, go over to Angel's Piece of Peace. The link will be in the description of this video, so you can hear the entire rendition of the story by Luggy, offering it credence. I'll catch you all later.